Excellent. Hello. Thank you for joining us for what is sure to be an inspiring and insightful conversation with three really talented artists. We're here to chat with the artists currently on exhibit in the exhibition titled In Place, on display at the Meek Arts Center. We have with us Jaleh Farshi, Sue Johnson, and Katie Rodgers. And we'll get to meet everyone in just a moment. My name is Stephen Snyder. I'm the Gallery and Communications Manager for the West Vancouver Community Arts Council. And we are so thrilled to feature these three incredible artists and work with the Meek to put this beautiful art up in that beautiful space. If you have any questions or comments for our artists throughout this conversation, please drop those in the chat and we will get to them. So In Place, as we said, is on display at the Meek Arts Center in West Vancouver, which is on the unceded and traditional territories of the Squamish Nation. And it's truly a privilege to be able to be on these beautiful lands that our host nations have stewarded since time immemorial, to celebrate and promote and engage in arts and culture like this incredible exhibition. So In Place features our three artists, all painters, and it's beautiful scenes, landscapes, stories, all focusing on what it means to be sort of present where we are. So without further ado, let's meet our great artists. I'm sure they've got a lot to say. So please, let's start with Sue. Sue, could you tell us a bit about you?
Hi, yeah, sure. Hello. I have I received my formal training right after high school. I went to art school, and then I became a teacher and had a pause for a little while. And it's been in about the last 10 years that I've started painting again. And I've been really inspired by the local landscapes and the beauty of nature, and just really wanting to paint that and try to inspire other people to connect to my landscape paintings. And um, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to do.
Oh, thank you so much, Sue. Jaleh, could you please tell us a bit about yourself?
Hi, I'm Jaleh. Uh, at first, before starting, I want to say that I'm very happy that my work was selected and is being shown in this great gallery, KMEC Gallery. And I'm also very happy to be showing my work alongside wonderful artists like Sue and Kate. And my painting all are about the painting of my own country, my land, my motherland, and the nature. I choose the nature for my painting because I know the nature is the mother of life, and everything we have are from the nature. And at first, I say about myself, I study art. I am BA painting in general painting in Tehran, and I was art teacher, and I taught color theory to children and my students. And also, I did some research at the Iranian Academy of Arts about ancient Iranian myths and symbols. Thank you.
Very cool.
Interesting. Thanks for sharing, Jaleh. Katie, please tell us a bit about you.
Hi, I'm Katie Rodgers. I'm delighted to be here, and I'm so thrilled to be showing along these two at Meek. I love the West Van Community Arts Council and all the work you do, so it's great to be involved. I'm based in North Vancouver, but I actually grew up in Ontario in a town called Oshawa, city called Oshawa. And so I've been living out here for most of my adult life, and I am still constantly amazed by the scenery and how different it is from where I grew up. So it's very inspiring to me just to look around and see what is around me. And I'm always just looking for little special moments where you can calm down. I've got teen twin boys and full-time other job and a busy life. So for me, it's about finding that like piece of calm and being able to share it with other people and really notice the little things and take a moment and a breath and just appreciate what's around me and try to connect with other people who are needing the same thing.
Totally. Excellent. Well, thank you all for sharing. And we'll get to know everyone a little bit more as we go through. So yes, as we said, In Place is currently on display at the K-Meek. The exhibit opened March 3rd and runs until April the 19th. So if you're watching this in between then, plenty of time to go see it, and please do. Right now, we're going to take a quick little tour of the show to give you just a little sample of what it's all about, just sort of whet your appetites. Excellent. So as you come in on the Grosvenor Theater lobby here, the atrium at the K-Meek, sort of the main theater, this is kind of what you will see. Along this main wall, we've got all three of our artists, starting with work here from Katie Rodgers.
Sorry about the cat.
No, it's incredible. And then we move on to some of Jaleh Farshi's beautiful paintings. And then we move on to some work here by Sue Johnson. All three are pretty different, but I think you all tackle your subjects with the same sort of love and zeal. So when you come downstairs to the McEwen Theater lobby, there's even more artwork to see. And again, we've got some of Katie's brilliant pieces here. As we move along, we've got some more of Sue's work. Interesting, seeing everyone's different styles and techniques, how you each use color differently, what parts of a scene you're focusing on. And then we get to finally move on to the rest of Jaleh's work. Yeah, it's a beautiful space to be in, the K-Meek. They have fantastic live performances and concerts, plays, spoken word. It's a great space to be in, and we're so thrilled to be able to showcase your artwork there. So when people go see a show, they can also see some beautiful visual art and get to know some local artists. And you can also go see the exhibit during the week. When the K-Meek is open and the box office is open, you go and check it out then. So I really encourage everyone to go see it because that video does not do justice to all those paintings. It was pretty quick. So again, if you have questions or comments, leave those in the chat and we'll get to those. But next, each of our artists have chosen one of their paintings that's on display. They're going to talk about it a little bit more in depth, tell us more about their inspirations, their processes. So let's start with Jaleh. I'm going to pull up the painting that you've selected.
Yes. Yes, this is one of my painting. Uh, as I told, my paintings are also memory of my homeland, memory of the time that I spent there. And when I remember this landscape, I really like to paint it and show the viewer that how beautiful is there and how calm and you can sometimes I say I can rest under this tree
Mm.
because of there is very cold. And for my painting, I never paint the exact landscape. I change many things. I change the composition, I change the color, and I make something that I like it. And this painting name is Standing Alone. Why I choose this? Because for me, the tree is a symbol of resilience and quiet strength. It shows that ability to stand strong, even during difficult times, or even when it stands alone. It's still connected to the land and nature around it. And I think the nature uh, they give us some lessons, some advice for living. And all of the nature tell us every difficult, you can solve it and be very strong. I hope you like it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing, Jaleh. Lovely to
You're
hear. And I love your process of, it's a memory and you're trying to be less accurate, and sort of shape it to what you kind of remember or want it to look like. That's pretty interesting considering how you're talking about how we can learn so much from nature, right? All the lessons. Yet we try to shape and change the natural world around us. So
Yes.
that was a pretty interesting ideas happening there.
Yeah. Thank you.
I
And
love your soft touch. Sorry, I just wanted to comment on how beautiful it is, but I love your delicate. It almost feels like you could feel the wind kind of kissing against the leaves. It's very
Yeah.
pretty, lovely.
Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank you so
gorgeous.
much. Thank you.
yes, no, exactly. And as Katie was saying, in a lot of the pieces that we've got on display, there is this really lovely softness with your work. There aren't a lot of like uh, thick textures or really uh, bold, striking mark making. I would love to hear a little bit more about your painting process. Where did that come from with this beautiful sort of this softness, this really great blending that you do of your paint?
Yes.
Has this always been sort of your style, or is this something you've had to develop recently?
At I have many experience about the painting, and I try to paint everything in my pastime because um, I want to learn, for example, the figurative, the still life, everything. But when I paint the nature, I feel I'm very close to it. Uh, I I feel it's the full of the life. Uh, a great sense I have in the nature, especially in tree. And for the technique of this, at first mm, I choose. I say that I can't. I couldn't go in a nature and sit there and paint because it's impossible for me. I sometimes I take photo or a small movie about the nature, and I choose one point of this and draw on the paper and change the elements. Change, for example, maybe it's two or three together. I choose one, and then I want to say what's my feeling. I choose the color. For example, in this painting, I choose the cold color because it's make more our feeling very calm, very relaxing. And I paint with acrylic, and after I because it's very good for it dry very soon. So I'm very easy with that. And it takes I think it takes 1 week for finishing this painting, and after 2 or 3 weeks I look again my painting and make some mistake that I make them. Yes.
I love that you're always perfecting it. That's
Yeah.
great. So, well, thank you so much for sharing, Jaleh. Next,
Thank
Katie, please tell us about this great piece.
Yeah, this one is called Snug as a Bug. It's one of my recent landscapes, and when I'm working on a bigger piece, this is a 30 by 40, so it's a bigger piece, acrylic painting. I do a few little testers first. I don't know if you can see me, but here's one of my little. So I try out the composition. I'm usually working from a photograph, and in this case, I was inspired by the alpenglow light, kind of the setting sun on the mountains, sort of a late winter light. And so I just played around with a few little testers first. So I might try one cabin, two cabins, where are the trees, kind of vertical. I try, was it going to be a landscape or a portrait, and just kind of nail down my composition. And I try different underpainting layers. Lately, I've really found red is the one that gives me the most punch that I'm looking for. So in this case, I don't usually have buildings in my paintings, but in this case, I wanted to try and put the viewer into the painting as well, and create that cozy little spot feeling that you might walk in out of a nice walk through the snow, and enter that little cottage and sit by the fire. And so I was trying to get a really expressive, energetic look with my trees and my brush strokes, and a lot thicker with the paint, so less polished. And I like to leave the underpainting coming through, and so it's sort of a layered process, and always what came before is important in where you are now. And that's sort of the idea of you're in place now, but the road you travel to get where you are. I like to keep the little scars visible, and those are kind of the red underpainting chunks that you see, and I think it makes it a lot more vibrant than some of my work where I didn't do that before. So I've been doing that a lot lately, and I like the result. Anyway, so that's why I'm sharing this one tonight.
That's great. I love that what you said about what comes before is also important, because that's not
Yes.
true, not only just in your work, but kind of in life.
Yes,
all
it's
our journey.
two-tone. Yeah, it's a twofold. Yeah. Well, a lot of my pieces are sort of great escapes, or you moments that you have where maybe you're out stepping outside of your normal life. Maybe you're on holiday, maybe you're just on a little hike, and you're taking that moment and I like to bring with me that energy from, from whatever. It's all there, never goes away.
Yes, and thanks again for sharing about your underpaintings that you're using red as kind of your new favorite color, and sharing all the studies that you do. So it seems like you're kind of always sort of experimenting or trying something
Yeah,
different.
yep, definitely. Yeah. I mean, as artists, we're probably all doing that, trying a little something different. So I might bounce back and forth between abstract and landscape, but I'm, yeah, really trying to push the landscapes in a new direction and see what happens.
No, excellent. And because you mentioned, I know you also, as you just said, do a lot of sort of abstract pieces as well. And with some of the work that we've got on display, there is a lot more sort of playing with shapes, and sort of
Yes.
things are getting a lot looser.
Yeah, yeah, I think so for sure. Yeah. Well, and just leaving like the obvious chunky brush strokes. I like, you can really get joyful with the color, if you will, by glooping on a big chunk of a nice color. I like doing that.
Definitely. Excellent. Well, thank you so much for sharing, Katie. Uh, Next up, Sue has this great piece. Could you tell us about this wonderful painting?
Oh, thank you. I chose this one because it's one of my more recent paintings, and I felt like this is kind of where I'm going right now, and I'm trying to capture the way the light reflects in the forest. I really love the mossy greens we have on the North Shore. This is in Lynn Valley, and if you've walked through the forest and you've seen all like the carpet of green moss and the moss hanging from the trees and the way the light filters in there, it's just like magical sometimes. And I just really felt like I was trying to get the light as it pulls in the viewer, hopefully to want to keep going. And I felt like maybe was able to capture that in this one. And I work from photos. I usually work from a photo and sketch it out until I'm pretty happy with it, and then just go in, and there's lots of layers of transparent paint, and sometimes it doesn't always work, and I repaint over areas and change it, but I never know how that's going to go. It's a process. It can take a long time or it can come quickly. I never know. And uh yeah, I feel like this is the North Shore. This is the forest around us, and just felt really good to me. And I really hope that when people look at it, they can connect to walking through our trails.
Definitely.
No, yeah, excellent. Thank you so much, Sue. And yeah, with a lot of your work, it is very recognizable. It's like I've been there. I've been on that shoreline. I've been on that trail. I know that sort of copse of trees.
Mm.
Why is it so important to you to sort of capture these familiar spaces and really kind of make them as recognizable as you are making?
That's a good question. I think I've grown up on the North Shore. I've lived here my whole life. I've raised my family here, and I'm in love with it. Like, I think we're so lucky. And I think when I hear someone say, "Oh, that I know where that is," or that reminds me of that area, or something like along those lines, I just feel great. Like, that's just kind of what I'm doing. Like, I'm hoping to. So I think that's why.
You nailed it.
Well, like you said,
Definitely nailed that one. Yeah. It's gorgeous.
we are so lucky. Like, and I've lived here all my life, so I've taken it for granted. I think that's part of aging. I've started to go, holy cow, this is gorgeous. So, I think I'm really embracing it now.
Nice. And you have a really interesting uh, color palette in your work. There's a lot of these blues and purples that I wouldn't normally expect to see in places like this.
Mm.
Where does that come from?
I don't know. I think I really love playing with those colors, and it doesn't always work. And I sometimes it's yeah, it doesn't look good. I repaint it and work it out, and it's I think I've seen other artists do it, and I'm always looking at other people's art, and what do I like, and what keeps me looking at it, and what is interesting to me. And I think I do like to try to use the purples and blues and pinks just to, I don't know, a little surprise color, or it just a little extra warmth, like that red glow behind Katie's work. And it's not what we see in nature, but it just pulls us in, like, I think sometimes. Yeah.
More what we feel when we see it
Right.
than
Right.
what we see. Yeah.
Definitely.
Which is kind of the theme with all three of you. You're all pulling from these real places, but putting your own selves in it, your thoughts and memories and feelings. I think that's pretty special, rather than making a perfectly accurate representation.
Mhm.
You can just take a photo then, but you're really putting yourselves in it. That's pretty special. And I'm
This
curious,
is
I know some of you have mentioned a little bit of, trying different subjects and styles, but what is it about sort of, this idea of a landscape, of capturing sort of the real world that sort of keeps drawing you back, rather than going off into, everything else, or the things that you have done in the past? Why is this it for you right now?
Mm.
Well, I can say I am always looking at the changing light. And so something you were looking at one day, you go at a different time of day, the light looks different, it's just a different feeling. And so I'm always just trying to capture what it felt like or what it would feel like to be in that place, more than what does that place look like, more what's the overall sense of the place. And that
Yeah.
is elusive. You can't necessarily do that. And everyone feels something different. So that's what keeps me coming back.
Yeah, I would connect to what you've just said. I think, I especially like to go during different weather, see the light, see the
Mhm.
fog, um, the fall colors, just to really experience it.
Yeah.
And I mean, it has to be my photo, it has to be my experience. I really need to connect to that. Um, so I think that part of the landscape, just that personal connection, always pulls me back to it.
and for me, I believe every land has own color. For example, in Iran, the land's color is different with uh, Vancouver. Or if I want to paint in India, it's different with when I want to paint in Russia. It's really I exactly the attention to the color between, for example, a tree in my country, the green color is different with the green color in the Vancouver.
Mm.
And also our feeling. Yes, Kate is right. When we feel something is very our feeling, it make the color very very how I can explain. The color make our feeling. For example, now when I see your work, your artwork, I feel very happy, very everything is so nice, and the color is very sharp, and it affect on my soul. and also Sue's work. You know, at first, I think it's very important where you are growing, where you are living. It affects on the color you choose.
Definitely. I agree.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it. I never would have thought of, the different colors of different parts of the world, but that's so obvious.
Well, even within BC, you can
Oh,
drive
yeah.
into the interior or you're, sort of near Kamloops and you got a whole different cool color palette to
Yeah.
work with, right?
Totally.
That's true.
Or out on the coast, you're right out on into Fino, or it's different blue out there, I find, than right in here near Vancouver.
And as artists, you have the keen eyes and the license and ability to change it however you see fit.
Very true.
Well, thank you all so much for sharing these really great insights into yourselves as artists and into your work. It was really great to hear, and it'll make me think about that when I go back and see the exhibit. So please, everyone watching, if you're watching this before April 19th, go check out In Place at the Meek Arts Center. It's a stunning exhibit featuring these three incredible painters, Jaleh Farshi, Sue Johnson, and Katie Rodgers. Yeah, just you got to check it out. You got to be inspired and see this incredible work and find yourself in those places, because it really is transportive and engaging artwork. It's a pretty special show, I think.
Thank you so much for having us, and I love the show too. I love all of the work.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you to Katie and Jalil. Thank you.
And thank you so much for all of you, and thank you for a great gathering.
Yes, thank you for hosting, Stephen.
It was our pleasure. So yeah, please go check out In Place until April 19th at the Meek, and until the next exhibit, I hope everyone watching stays creative and stays inspired. Thanks so much. Take care.